Hi, I'm Mike Hoyser with Phone Ninjas, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the greeting. Step 1 of our 7-step inbound process, okay? The greeting. So starting here, before we even pick up the phone though, let's think about it. We should be really prepared for the greeting first, right? And be ready for the phone call. So what can we do to be prepared for the greeting? Think about that. How would you prepare yourself for the phone call coming in? Well, would you have maybe all your notes in front of you? Think about some things you should know before picking up the phone, like your inventory, your pre-inventory, walk the lot, those types of things. Potentially your advertising, what's special out there and what's happening. A lot of time, that's what's sparking phone calls. There's a lot of times, sometimes we'll hear on the phone, somebody will call in and the salesperson will say, what truck was that? So they were actually caught off guard, and the customer knows a little bit more about why they're, about this particular vehicle that's on your lot, and it happens sometimes. I know I've been there. So it's one of those things where it can happen. So having those in front of you, have your notes, know your competition, what other things can do. Let's think about the basics. Have your pen and paper ready, be able to write something down, have something there. Don't let them catch you off guard. Yeah, your competition's always a good one. Maybe perusing their websites a little bit can help you. Sometimes that can spark a phone call. They see something going on at a competitive dealership, and then they'll call over and find out maybe what's going to happen over at your place. So knowing that can kind of help you too. What about the little things? Going to be chewing on some gum while you're talking on the phone? That doesn't sound good, right? Remember, they can't see you. They're imagining what you look like. So they hear all the little things. So a lot of times, I know, we work through our lunches, maybe having a little food, chewing on some gum, whatever. When we're listening to calls sometimes, one of those things will happen. It's like, wow, he's doing such a great job, but man, I wish he wasn't chewing on the gum. It just gives a different impression. So let's be professional, okay? Let's do the best we can and be focused, have everything, our notes and everything, and have our word track in front of us. Have a guide of some of the things you wanted to cover in the phone call so you're prepared. A lot of times today you may be between a couple of different things. Just be ready, okay? Once you're prepared and ready for the phone call, how are we going to say it? What are we going to do? Okay? Now, you've been in a lot of different places, and you run into people that don't really want to be at their job sometimes. Sometimes it's just a job. I'm just trying to get through work. So you walk up to get some assistance and they're kind of like, yeah, how can I help you? So then what you do is you're like, oh, okay, well, let's see, and you start to talk with them. And what happens is you'll start to mirror the person you're speaking with. You know what I mean? So if they're having a bad day, you may be having a good day. But what you want to do is get along with that salesperson or that person that you're speaking with, and you'll start talking in the same tone. So when they're not having a good day, you're not going to have a good day because you want to get along with them. Okay? So you really want to make a great impression because you really have one chance to make a first impression, and this is your greeting. This is when you're going to say hello. Okay? The difference between going somewhere else and maybe coming to see you is really up to you. You are creating the experience. So you need to have some excitement, okay? You need to be happy. You need to be smiling, okay? We can hear a smile on the phone. You guys have ever heard that before? I have. You can tell when you're talking to somebody and they're in a good mood. And really, that's what people gravitate for. So people buy from people. So you have to think about that. So you want to be smiling a lot of times, Even little things like standing up while you're talking. When you're sitting down and you're kind of talking like this, your voice kind of sounds like that. But when you stand up, you project. You sound clear. And it sounds like, it's just a little thing, a different type of dynamic, it can really help you. Remember, inflection too. When you're describing things, they can't see it. So they're going to go the way you're talking about it. So when you're having a greeting, let's put some excitement in your voice. Let's put some inflection into it. Okay? So now we're ready, right? We're going to be in a positive attitude. We're going to be standing up. We're going to be smiling. And we're going to be ready to take this phone call. Okay? So what are we going to say? Well, we're going to knock it into 3 steps. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to say, thank you for calling, or it's a beautiful day here, okay? You want to leave some kind of impression. A lot of times it's, thank you for calling ABC Motors. This is Mike. How can I help you today? You don't have to say thank you for calling, or it's a beautiful day here. You can use, it's an amazing day, a beautiful day. We really don't care what kind of day you want to make it, just have fun with it. Smile, put some excitement and some inflection. Use your first name only. Don't use your first and last. Later in the call, we'll get into giving out your last name. But right now, your first name, let them connect with you. And how may I help you? How may I assist you today? Put some inflection into it. It's a beautiful day here at ABC Motors. This is Mike. How can I help you today? Something simple like that. Very direct. They can reflect to you, and then you can take it to the next step. And that's the greeting. I'm Mike Heusser, and we'll look forward to seeing you on step 2.